Today, people have more ways to connect with others than ever before. Instagram is more than just another social media app. It's now a tool that is allowing people to market themselves online as social media entrepreneurs. DeeKay Lee is a live performance painter who uses social media to showcase his pieces to a wider audience.
Drawing's always been one of my hobbies ever since I was a kid, but it wasn't until about 4 years ago when I finally touched paint and I started painting. And then once I started painting, I got inspired by a local artist named David Garibaldi who also performance paints. And then, I reached out and he gave me a free internship for about 6 months. And then later on, I started working as a studio assistant. And then since then, I started doing my own thing. As of now, social media has definitely allowed me to manage myself because everything as far as commissions to bookings has all been ran through either my website or Instagram.
Corinna Raya is a DJ who gained popularity over social media through a house party she hosted.
I'm currently at 15,000 followers on Instagram. With it increasing daily, social media has allowed me to sustainably live off of DJing. I started DJing September 2016, a little over a year, almost 2 years, at a party called Night of the Blackskin.
Muna Lamis is a fashion blogger whose unique Instagram layouts allowed her to attain her current job as a content coordinator.
Instagram has allowed me to get my current job because I've been able to showcase my learnings from the analytics and just the tools that I use for my personal Instagram and showcase that in my job interviews. And because of that, I've been able to get a position as a content coordinator doing basically the same thing as at a prominent hair care company.
Delina Uribe is a model whose Instagram photographs allowed her to gain the online following she now has.
I got started modeling by first purchasing my own professional camera and taking my own pictures. Once posting them, photographers, clothing brands, and event planners contacted me to have our own photo shoots and model their clothing as well.
By finding their niche on social media, these online entrepreneurs have been able to collaborate with mainstream media and corporations.
Night of the Blackskin was a party that started around the Black Lives movement, and it was basically a party to bring blacks and browns under one roof for an old school party that was in Los Angeles. Since then, I've DJed music festivals like Tropicalia, been on radio shows in San Diego, and DJed at bars like the Offbeat in Los Angeles, which I now have residency at. Night of the Blackskin got us recognized by a lot of big people like Snoop Dogg, to Zapp from Zapp and Rogers, then to getting a shout out on 93.5 K-Day.
I've worked with a variety of companies, brands like Zero UV, which is sunglasses, and I've worked with them for almost the whole time that I've been blogging now. I've worked with companies that do stuff for like teeth whitening, such as High Smile, or just clothing brands like Valley High. It's nice for me, I personally really like working with smaller companies because they kind of get more personal with you as well and kind of get to know you and cater to you as well, and it feels like a family.
Places I've gotten to perform have been Sacramento, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and I recently just got back from a residency in Universal Studios in Orlando, where I performed 160 shows in 6 weeks.
Through modeling on Instagram, it has allowed me to be a brand ambassador for various clothing brands such as LA Angels, which has then allowed me to be sponsored by a popular car event called The Dip Show.
With all that social media platforms have to offer, they can also cause problems in a person's life.
I would say that the cons of sponsorships or working with brands really comes down to the terms or the agreements that they kind of require you to take on in order to work with them. As a creative, it's kind of stifling to have to constrain yourself to a brand's time frame, especially because for me personally, I try to do my best to plan my feed ahead of time And if a brand kind of comes in and tries to mess with that, it might mess up my whole flow.
The biggest con I faced through modeling on Instagram has been having to cut ties with people who have wanted to shoot with me due to unprofessionalism.
Netflix reached out to us about doing a Netflix original series about Night of the Black Skin, which would have been produced by Snoop Dogg, but unfortunately it didn't go through, and he ended up doing Coach Snoop on Netflix.
With the large following these artists have, they can also spread a more personal message alongside their work.
Instagram has been able to help me connect with people to open up the conversation about mental health. I wouldn't have been able to do that without the doorway of using Instagram as a platform for blogging.
The general message I have to other artists is to always keep pushing and never stop believing in yourself, and always get back to your community and those in need.
The message I would like to leave for my followers is the same message I leave on my YouTube videos, which happens to be that no matter what negative comments you receive from certain individuals, you can always find a way to follow your dreams and passions and also be successful in them as well.
Today, the world is at the mercy of technology, but people have found ways to use social media to make a living, spread awareness, and influence others to follow their dreams. Social media, more than a profile.